Welcome to another treatment of the weekly Sunday school lesson. Today's lesson is entitled, Balaam Cannot Curse Israel. And it's for Sunday, October the 13th, 2024. Now, this lesson, of course, is taken from the Radiant Life Adult Sunday School series published by the Assemblies of God. And you can order your own copy by giving them a call at 855-642-2011. And I am not affiliated with a publishing company, nor am I being financially compensated for that little endorsement. Before we get into the lesson, I want to say a few things about Balaam. He is one of the central characters of today's lesson. He was one of the most complicated characters in the Old Testament. Was he a prophet? Was he an idolater? Was he a pagan warlock? Opinions have been all over. This is what Richard Watson said about various opinions about Balaam. Origen says that his whole power consisted in magic and cursing. Theodoret is of the opinion that Balaam did not consult the Lord, but that he was supernaturally inspired and constrained to speak against his own inclination. Cyril says he was a magician, an idolater, and a false prophet who spoke truth against his will. And St. Ambrose compares him to Caiaphas, who prophesied without being aware of the import of what he said. Jerome seems to have adopted the opinion of the Hebrews, which was that Balaam knew the true God, erected altars to him, and that he was a true prophet, though corrupted by avarice. Notice that the Apostle Peter refers to Balaam as a prophet, even while condemning his actions in 2 Peter 2:15 through 16. Forsaking the right way, they have gone astray. They have followed the way of Balaam, the son of Beor, who loved gain from wrongdoing, but was rebuked for his own transgression. A speechless donkey spoke with human voice and restrained the prophet's madness. Notice that Peter called him a prophet. Okay, Numbers 22, 1 through 4. Then the people of Israel set out and encamped in the plains of Moab beyond the Jordan at Jericho. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was in great dread of the people, because they were many. Moab was overcome with fear of the people of Israel. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, "This horde will now lick up all that is around us, as the ox licks up the grass of the field." So Balak, the son of Zippor, who was king of Moab at that time, sent messengers to Balaam, the son of Beor at Pethor, which is near the river in the land of the people of Ammon, to call him, saying, "Behold, a people has come out of Egypt. They cover the face of the earth. They are dwelling opposite of me. Come now, curse this people for me, since they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I shall be able to defeat them and drive them from the land. For I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed." So the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the fees for divination in their hand. And they came to Balaam and gave him Balak's message. And he said to them, "Lodge here tonight, and I will bring back word to you, as the Lord speaks to me." So the princes of Moab stayed with Balaam. Now things had really changed from the days of the 12 spies. The children of Israel were not the ones that were afraid. The Canaanites were the ones that were afraid after 40 years of wandering in the desert. their leader Balak conspired to have them cursed because he was afraid of what they would do to them. And Balaam said to Balak, build me here 7 altars and prepare for me here 7 bulls and 7 rams. Balak did as Balaam had said, and Balak and Balaam offered on each altar a bull and a ram. And Balaam said to Balak, stand beside your burnt offering, and I will go. Perhaps the Lord will come to meet me, and whatever he shows me, I will tell you. And he went to a bare height, and God met Balaam. And Balaam said to him, I have arranged these 7 altars, and I have offered on each altar a bull and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, return to Balak, and thus you shall speak. And he returned to him, and behold, he and all the princes of Moab were standing beside his burnt offering. Moab was standing beside his burnt offering, and Balaam took up his discourse and said, from Aram Balak has brought me, the king of Moab from the eastern mountains. Come, curse Jacob for me, and come, denounce Israel. How can I curse whom God has not cursed? And how can I denounce whom the Lord has not denounced? For from the top of the crags I see him. From the hills I behold him. Behold, a people dwelling alone, and not counting itself among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob, or number the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the upright, and let my end be like his. And Balak said to Balaam, what have I done? What have you done to me? I took you to curse my enemies, and behold, you have done nothing but bless them. And he answered and said, must I not take care to speak what the Lord puts in my mouth? Balaam did not curse the children of Israel. He did, however, do evil things. He developed a plot to get the Jews to marry local idolaters and cause them to backslide. Numbers 31:16 states, behold, on Balaam's advice, caused the people of Israel to act treacherously against the Lord in the incident of Peor, since so the plague came upon the congregation of the Lord. Balaam suffered the consequences for his actions. He was killed by the Israelites. Numbers 31:8 says, they warred against Midian as the Lord commanded Moses, and killed every male. They killed the kings of Midian and the rest of the other slain, Eva, Rekem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. And they also killed Balaam, the son of Beor, with the sword. Balaam said to Balak, stand here beside your burnt offerings while I meet the Lord over there. And the Lord met Balaam and put a word in his mouth and said, return to Balak, and thus shall you speak. And he came to him, and behold, he was standing beside his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said to him, what has the Lord spoken? And Balaam took up his discourse and said, rise, Balak, and hear. Give ear to me, O son of Zippor. God is not a man that he should lie, or the son of man that he should change his mind. Has he said, and he will not do it? Or has he spoken, and will he not fulfill it? Behold, I received a command to bless. He has blessed, and I cannot revoke it. He has not beheld misfortune in Jacob, nor has he seen trouble in Israel. The Lord their God is with them, and the shout of a king is among them. And God brings them out of Egypt, and as for them, like the horns of a wild ox. For there is no enchantment against Jacob, no divination against Israel. Now it shall be said of Jacob and Israel, what has God wrought? God's blessings are on the children of Israel. Balak intended for the children of Israel to be cursed, but they were blessed. Behold, a people, a lioness, it rises up, and as a lion it lifts itself. It does not lie down until it has devoured the prey and drunk the blood of the slain. This part of the blessing underscores that God would be giving victory to Israel. Their combat with the Canaanites would be victorious. Now Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel. He did not go, as at other times, to look for omens, but set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and saw Israel camping, tribe by tribe, and the Spirit of God came upon him. And he took up his discourse and said, the oracle of Balaam, the son of Beor, the oracle of the man whose eyes opened, the oracle of him who hears the words of God, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down with his eyes uncovered. How lovely are your tents, O Jacob, your encampments, O Israel, like palm groves that stretch afar, like gardens beside a river, like aloes that the Lord has planted, like cedar trees beside the waters. Water shall flow from his buckets. His seed shall be in many waters. His king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God shall bring him out of Egypt, and as for him, like the thorns of a wild ox. He shall eat up the nations, his adversaries, and shall break their bones in pieces, and pierce them through with his arrows. He crouched, he lay down like a lion, and like a lioness, who will rouse him up? Blessed are those who bless you, and cursed are those who curse you. Balaam blesses the children of Israel again. Not once did Balaam curse the Jews. Well, friends, thank you for spending these moments with us. If you want to get in touch with me, you can call me on my cell phone, 423-355-3859, or you can contact me by email, donniebryson@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, www.gospelmailbox.org. Well, friends, good Lord willing, I'll be back with you next weekend.